And welcome to the Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips Podcast, Season 2, Episode 14, Week 7. I am your host, Tyler Belosky.
And this is your co-host, Eli Belosky.
Eli, we are Week 7. What do you think about that? Week 7.
Already into Week 7. This is crazy, people. It's going super fast.
It is. I almost feel like it should be like Week 1 or 2, but it's Week 7. We're deep into the Fantasy League. Playoffs are right around the corner for your Fantasy League. And, let's just jump right into it. We want to thank Drafting Sleepers tonight. We are teaming up with them for the whole year. It's a social networking for your fantasy sports addiction, guys. These guys are awesome. You can get your fantasy football, hockey, baseball, and basketball information there. These guys are awesome. We have our podcast on there. We ask questions. People ask us questions that we'll get to in a little bit. But draftingsleepers.com, the social network for your fantasy sports. Hit them up. It's free to sign up. It's free to log on. It's free to ask questions. They're an awesome website. Eli, jump right into it. We're going to do our nines, which are our news, injuries, notes, emails, and our stats. And actually, we do have a stat this week that we'll get to. And this is all presented by pristineauction.com, another amazing website. I'm starting to bid on some more some jerseys tonight, and hopefully I can win one or two. One of them is a Terrell Pryor jersey, and one is a Derek Jeter jersey, because the guys, Pristine Auction, you can get anything from baseball to basketball, hockey, movies, art, anything else you like, basketball, football.
They usually have a lot. They have a lot there at Pristine Auction. It's free to sign up. It's free to bid. If you lose, you don't have to pay any money. So it's a really great website. We go there a lot.
Yeah, everything's authentic. Everything is signed by the real athletes, and there's someone actually seeing them sign it, so their hands are actually on that product. So pristineauction.com, look them up. Eli, what's our first nine?
Leonard Fournette, he injured his ankle last week. He is a game-time decision. How do you feel about him playing?
I think he'll start. I think he'll be on limited snaps. So if you can pick up Chris Ivory, I say pick him up and maybe even put him in your flex position. But I'd say go ahead and start Fournette if he does start, and he should. But keep an eye out for that 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, and they are only playing Indianapolis, so like you said, he will have limited snaps. But I think he will play.
Yeah.
Next nine, Calvin Benjamin. He hurt his knee. Also a game-time decision. I really don't think he's going to play. They're playing Chicago. He injured his knee. It looked pretty bad when he injured his knee, so I personally don't think he's going to play.
I'm on the opposite. I think he will play. I think because they are playing the Bears, he'll want to pad his stats a little bit. Again, watch that for that 1 o'clock start. But I say go give it a go. Put him in your flex, and go ahead and start Calvin Benjamin this week.
Yeah. DeMarco Murray, he injured his hamstring. He says he's a game-time decision, but I think he's going to play. He's definitely going to play.
Yeah, he's going to go. He's going to go. Maybe limited snaps with Derrick Henry, but he's a full throttle. Put him in your lineup.
Yeah, and Jameis Winston, he had a shoulder injury, but he should be playing. He will probably not be playing the whole game, but he will start.
Yeah, with him and Aaron Rodgers going down last week, it was kind of scary, back-to-back, almost same injuries. Aaron Rodgers breaking his collarbone, and Jameis Winston just injuring it, but he is going to get the start. I'm not sure how long he's going to last and go against that tough Buffalo defense in Buffalo. But he's going to play. But if you can get someone else in there, like Big Ben or even Tyrod Taylor, I'd put him in instead of Winston just for this week. I don't know what number we're on now, but Aaron Rodgers is on the IR. He's done for this season with a broken collarbone. It hurts, guys. If you had him in your fantasy leagues in your lineups, man, just first of all, go ahead and drop him unless you have a dynasty league. But drop him and pick up someone else. But that stinks for us. We had him in one of our leagues, and
now we're probably done.
Yeah, we got to win out. The next one up is Emmanuel Sanders, receiver for the Broncos. He's going to be out this week, maybe next week with an ankle injury. He twisted it up pretty bad against those Giants last week, and so he's definitely out this week. So you want to get someone else in there for him. Stephon Diggs is going to be out again this week with a groin injury. Again, don't put him in your lineup. Get someone else in there. Get Adam Thielen in there. They're going against the Ravens this week, so that should be a pretty good start for Adam Thielen.
Yeah, Adam Thielen will definitely get at least a touchdown, maybe even two.
Definitely. And our stat of the week, Eli. The stat of the week is 0. as in 0. Julio Jones, Jay Ajayi, Demaryius Thomas all have 0 touchdowns so far this year.
Julio Jones, that is the biggest surprise to me. I thought he would have at least 3 touchdowns so far. Usually that's what he does, but this year he's just off. Maybe against the Patriots secondary he'll get one, but wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, those are all 3 big names who should at least have 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with them, though? Would you obviously not going to drop any of them, but would you trade them? Would try to trade them based on their name? I'm thinking I could probably trade Julio and Jay Ajayi just based on the name.
Yeah.
Would you trade them away to get someone better, or
not Julio? Because the talent is still there. He obviously has. Maybe it's just an off year for him. We don't know, but especially in a dynasty league, I'm not trading him. Maybe if it's non-PPR, then I'd maybe trade him away just because of the name for like an AJ Green kind of guy. Or maybe Mike Evans. But yeah, Jay Ajayi and Demaryius Thomas, I would trade those guys away just because of the name. Because when they don't get touchdowns, it usually means they're not gonna produce. But realistically, we've never seen Julio not getting touchdowns for 5 weeks.
Yeah, or 7 weeks. Yeah, this is week 7, so yeah, definitely. That's kind of strange that he's not getting touchdowns, but I agree with you. I keep Julio, but I'm trading Ajayi and Thomas, whoever who can take him. Maybe, like you said, get a AJ Green back, hopefully. I mean, he's hot. So that'd be a tough sell, but maybe even a Brandon Cooks. And then for Jay Ajayi, maybe get a Jordan Howard, someone who's a little bit bigger, but maybe get frustrated because the Bears aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
And then our last one, drafting sleeper questions, draftingsleepers.com. Again, we were teaming up with them. First question of the night, Eli, is from Hockey Hound. Hockey Hound, I think you are on the wrong website. You may want to be on the fantasy hockey, not the fantasy football. But either way, Fantasy Hound wants to know, do I start Terrell Pryor or Sterling Shepard this week?
We were talking about this, and I think you should start Terrell Pryor just because Sterling Shepard is coming off the injury. And he's playing Seattle defense too, so I'd give him maybe a week or 2. And Terrell Pryor, playing Philly, so I think Terrell Pryor might get a touchdown this week. He has Kirk Cousins, so yeah, I'm starting Terrell Pryor, Hockey Hound.
Yeah, I agree with that. For the same reasons. I mean, Terrell Pryor's going against Philly. That secondary's still a little weak. I mean, they're coming on strong. I think Philly's a team to beat this year right now.
Definitely, the NFC at least.
Yeah, so I would go Terrell Pryor with that one. D. Jackson, probably not Deshaun Jackson, but that'd be pretty cool. But D. Jackson wants to know, Eli, are you going to start the Buffalo defense against Tampa Bay in the injured Winston?
Yeah, I'd start Buffalo just because their defense is getting really hot. And injured Jameis Winston, which means he's most likely not going to play the whole game. So they're not going to get a lot of touchdowns. I think they're going to get a pick, maybe even a pick 6, and maybe even a fumble. But I don't see what's his name? The running back.
Jaquez Rodgers.
No. Doug Martin.
Martin. I knew you'd get it. I was just hanging on that for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. Winston's hurt. He's not going to be slinging the ball around too much. He can't throw deep on that Buffalo defense. Mike Evans will probably be shut down, which means Deshaun Jackson, if you have him, plug him in there, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, that defense is going to stop that run, and that secondary is just coming on. It seems like all of them are rookies or second-year players, but they're on fire this year.
Yeah, like Tre'Davious White and Micah Hyde, both rookies, I'm pretty sure. They are beasts. I mean, they are intercepting balls. They're deflecting balls. They are really good in coverage, especially deep coverage. So I think Buffalo is a real sleeper defense.
Yeah, if you don't get 10 to 12 points or more this week, we're sorry about that. But yeah, definitely go with Buffalo defense, D-Jack. So thank you for both of you, D-Jack and Hockey Hound on draftingsleepers.com for asking those questions, guys. We love answering those questions, and it seems like that's where you guys want to send us questions, so keep sending them every week. And you don't have to wait for podcast day. Just send them throughout the week, and we will answer them. So that's going to do it for our nines, our news, injury notes, emails, and stats presented by Pristine Auction. We're going to move right on to our sit starts for every game. So we got Tennessee versus Cleveland. Eli, you're gonna start anyone from Tennessee or Cleveland this week?
No. Maybe. But DeMarco Murray's out.
No, he's gonna play. He's game time. He's gonna play.
Yeah, but he's gonna have very limited sets. So Derrick Henry, and since Mariota's not to his fullest, I'm not starting anyone.
Delaney Walker, probably.
Delaney Walker,
that's about it.
For a flex.
Yeah, well,
if
tight end.
anything.
Yeah. As far as Cleveland, maybe Crow, and that's about it.
Yeah, they're going against Tennessee defense. Don't have a very good line.
Yeah, so that's kind of, if you don't have to have those guys in your lineup, I really wouldn't worry about it. Other than maybe Walker and Murray, that's about it.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay at Buffalo, we're kind of already discussed a little bit, but you definitely want to start Tyrod Taylor this week. He's going to blow it up against that weak Tampa Bay defense. LaShawn McCoy, get him in there. And then, what is it, O'Leary? The tight end there?
Nick O'Leary.
Nick O'Leary.
He's my sleeper of the week.
Sleeper of the week, right? Wow, that's a new segment, Eli. We didn't even do that, but Eli's sleeper of the week. Nick O'Leary?
Nick O'Leary.
Yeah, see,
backup tight end, but now the starter because Charles Clay is out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I'm sleeping on him because I don't even know his name. And then you want to start that Buffalo defense too. Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Maybe just Doug Martin. Maybe Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson for PPR. Cameron Bray and Adam Humphries. If you don't have to start them, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe Brait for PPR, but it better be a deep league.
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. Who do you got, Eli?
Carolina, I'd be careful on Calvin Benjamin. Maybe a flex this week, if you start him. Cam Newton, you're gonna start. Christian McCaffrey, he has more receiving everything than rushing everything. So, but I mean, in PPR, that's really good. But you also want him to do his job, which is a running back. But still. McCaffrey you're gonna want to start. I wouldn't start Jay Stu this week. He's been going down a lot.
Yeah, we have in one league just because it's a deep league, but you could probably go ahead and drop Jay Stu.
Yeah.
Maybe start Darren Funchess if you want to. Chicago Bears, Jordan Howard, and that's about it. Maybe Zach Miller if you have a bye week.
Yeah, he had a touchdown last week.
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky's he's coming on, but you're not starting him yet.
No. He has to prove himself.
Yeah, as far as Carolina, I think you nail all the guys. New Orleans Saints at the Green Bay Packers. I think this is going to be this has to be a high score. Well, wait, no, Aaron Rodgers is out.
I think it's actually going to be a really low scoring, like 14-17.
Really?
Yeah, because Green Bay's defense is okay.
Yep.
I think they can hold up New Orleans. And New Orleans' defense is terrible, but Green Bay lost Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that New Orleans defensive line, though, is tough. Not the best, but they're kind of mid-range.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be flow. I think it's going to be in the 30s to 20s, like 35-21.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, you're definitely going to start, and we'll get more into that when we do our pick'ems. New Orleans, you start Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, and that's about it. Maybe Ted Ginn.
Just because they're playing Green Bay. So their secondary isn't very good, except for Clinton Dix.
Yeah.
Clinton Dix.
Green Bay, you want to start Ty Montgomery and Aaron Jones. And Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams.
In deep leagues, Randall Cobb.
Yeah, because what's his new with the quarterback there? Hudley?
Brett
Hudley. He's going to have to find that quick release, and that's going to be Randall Cobb. So if you got Cobb, I would definitely start him. He's going to get probably 8 to 12 catches tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But what do you do with Jordy Nelson? Would you trade him? Would you hold still? Same with Devontae Adams. Those two guys are probably big targets there. Are you trading him?
Devontae Adams, I'd hold on to him. It seems like he had a touchdown when Rodgers was out. Maybe 2. I didn't see the front. Yeah, 2. But yeah, so I'd keep Adams, but Nelson is literally, he's like on my last nerve, literally. No, wait.
Yeah, I think that's the right statement.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think I think
you
can sell him. I think you sell him based on his name.
Yeah,
because
like the last few years, he's just been like everyone's been saying, and so have I, like, oh, he's gonna have a big year this year. Oh, he's gonna have a big year this year. Nope, doesn't.
Yeah,
he has an okay year.
Yeah, because either he gets hurt or now Rogers is going to get hurt, so he
Yeah.
can't get the points. So I think you go ahead and sell him. Sell him on his name. Hudley doesn't, they haven't really been practicing together, him and Hudley, so he's going to not really look for him in a sense. He'll maybe look for Adams and Cobb a little bit more because that offensive line is horrible. So he's not going to have the time to set up for that 30, 40-yard bomb. I say sell Jordy Nelson right now if you can. Even sell him for Calvin Benjamin if you want to. I mean, I'd say dump Jordy if you have to, if you want to.
A Calvin Benjamin tier guy.
Yeah.
If you're scared of the injury.
Yeah, exactly. Even Emmanuel Sanders when he comes back. Get him.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next game. I think we got done with that game. Yeah. Jacksonville, Indianapolis Colts. I would start probably Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Alan Hearns, because in the defense.
Yeah.
And for the Colts, I'm going to start Frank Gore. T.Y. Hilton. Marlon Mack. Yep, he'll get a lot of touches. T.Y. Hilton. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck is out again. Actually, they shut him down. I think he's going to be done for the season.
Yeah, he's not coming back so far, so I don't think he's... And if he does, it will be in time for the playoffs, but they won't be in the playoffs.
Yeah, he had soreness in his shoulder, and he's going to be done this year.
Yeah.
I think if they don't shut him down now, they're just going to they're going to be a disaster with him. So Colts defense, no. Jacksonville defense, yes. Arizona Cardinals, Eli, who do you got?
Arizona, Carson Palmer. I'm starting him this week against the Rams defense. You're starting Larry Fitz. Oh, and it's in London, so you don't really have to worry because Los Angeles is home. You don't really have to worry about that because both of them are traveling, so they're in the same boat. You're starting Larry Fitz. You're starting AP this week. He had a big game last week. He had 2 touchdowns. Just being new to the team, which is good.
Yeah, he came out fine. Well, I guess it's easy to have that almost 200 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns when you don't run the ball for 6 games.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then I also start John Brown for Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
As far as the Rams, Todd Gurley, and that's about it.
Sammy Watkins against that defense, though.
Yeah.
Actually, they have a pretty good secondary.
Yeah, I'm not Patrick Peterson. I'm not starting Sammy Watkins. I may start Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp for that dump down.
Yeah, but they're going to be guarded by Tyrann Mathieu, or not Tyrann, but because he's a safety, but
he could cover him.
Oh yeah, Budda Baker too. He's been pretty hot lately.
So I would start maybe them for deep PPR leagues. New York Jets and Miami Dolphins. I think the only one I would start is maybe Matt Forte for the Jets and Austin Seferian-Jenkins.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, you're starting him in your league.
Yep, I have him in one of my leagues. I'm going to start him in. The only Jets I've talked to a couple guys on Twitter like, hey, would you ever start him? I said no because I don't want any Jets. But dude's been scoring 30, 40 points for the last 2 weeks. I got to start him. Sorry, guys.
It's just the points. It's not the team. It's the points.
It's the points. Yeah, you got to get those points.
And every Sunday you tell me, stop cheering for the team. You have to cheer for the player.
That's right. Cheer for those points. As for the Miami Dolphins, Jai, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He hasn't had a touchdown yet, so maybe not even him.
He's a weak RB1, RB2 for sure. I mean, you're not going to start Jarvis Landry. You're not starting Devontae Parker, who's hurt, so I won't even worry about those 2 guys.
No.
As far as the Baltimore Ravens versus the Minnesota Vikings, the Minnesota Vikings actually received some good news earlier this week, Eli. Teddy Bridgewater is back.
Yeah, he says, I just saw that. He says by the end of the year he will play.
I hope he does. I love that kid.
Yeah, I love Freddie Tidgewater. Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, he's great. It was horrible when he went down last year with a leg injury.
It was so surprising. Everyone thought he was going to be the next Cam Newton, and no. He's the next Cam Newton by not playing.
Yeah. But he's going to bounce back. Hopefully he gets in there. So maybe if you have a deep dynasty league or a deep 2-3 quarterback league, pick him up because you maybe get some points later in this year. But as far as the Minnesota Vikings, you want to start Adam Thielen, maybe Kyle Rudolph, and that's probably about it. I'm not starting Casey Keenum or any of those running backs. Baltimore Ravens, you're not starting anyone.
Yeah, going back to Minnesota, if he comes back in time for the playoffs, right now, Philadelphia and Minnesota are 1-2 in so they'll both get a bye.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right, for the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, the Cowboys also got good news. Zeke Elliott will be able to play this week
Okay, good.
This week and next week, but then his suspension could possibly pick back up.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. The judge is on vacation, and I guess according to the court of law, if the judge is on vacation, they can't do anything with the court or the ruling. So
just get a new judge, though.
Well, they can't. They have their own. They're buddies, and there's a rule that says they can't. So he has to wait 2 weeks until he comes back from vacation.
Okay.
Either way, it's a big headache. So you have at least Zeke Elliott for the next 2 weeks. So start him this week against the 49ers. Start Dak Prescott, Des Bryant, Cole Beasley maybe. Possibly Jason Witten if you need that tight end help. San Francisco, you're going to start
no one.
Carlos Hyde. That's about
it.
Maybe.
But against that Dallas
defense isn't that weak, and that's why I was going to say Pierre Garçon. Because he'll get PPR. He won't get a touchdown, but he'll get the PPR.
Actually, he might. He might get the only touchdown.
He could.
Yeah, he's been kind of hot lately.
He's part of that other zero group who has no touchdowns this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had a couple.
Nope. He's got a couple drops.
Yeah,
Seattle Seahawks against the New York Giants. That I would start Russell Wilson.
I'm going to love this game.
I'm going to start Russell Wilson and Jimmy Graham and Doug Baldwin. That's about it. Those running backs, CJ Prosise comes back, but he's the third down back. Eddie Lacy and Thomas Rawls, I would not start any of them.
No.
For the Giants, you're going to start Evan Ingram. And
possibly Sterling Shepard in a deep league.
Yeah, and Erling Darkwood. That's about it.
Yeah.
But even then, he's going against that Seattle defense, so that's going to be tough running right there.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers. Eli, who do you got for Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, you're starting A.J. Green, Andy Dalton, and Tyler Eifert's out. But the backup tight end, I can't remember his name. Tyler Kroft, yes. Yep. He might be in really deep leagues, or if you have Eric Ebron on bye, then you could start him because he's been pretty good when
he's been productive, and a lot of experts I've been listening to, other podcasts I'm listening to, they say don't start him. But you know what? It's him and AJ Green.
I say start
him, even against that Pittsburgh defense. Not AJ, but Andy Dalton has to throw to someone. He's going to get at least 7 passes this week, maybe a touchdown. He may not get a lot of yards, but he'll get you a touchdown this week.
Yeah, even when Eifert has been playing, he's still been productive.
Yep. Pittsburgh, you're going to start the 5 Bs. You're going to start Bell, Ben, Brown,
Boswell.
And this week, I think you're going to start Martavis Bryant this week, and here's why. He's been complaining about playing time. He says he wants to be traded, and then he says he doesn't. So I think Big Ben's going to feed him the ball this week.
Just to keep him there.
Just to keep him happy, just to, stop him from crying and everything like that. So I think he's going to get a lot of looks his way, whether he catches them or not, but I think you want to put Bryant in there for the flex deep position.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Denver Broncos and Los Angeles Chargers. Eli, who you got for Broncos?
The Broncos, you're starting Demaryius Thomas.
Yep, he's coming off an injury, but you got to start him because Denver needs some receiving help this week.
Yeah, because
Emmanuel Sanders is down.
Yeah, Sanders is out. Jake Butt, I don't know when he's coming back, but he should be coming back soon.
Couple weeks. So instead, you want to start AJ Derby if you need a bye week filler. But there's
like Eric Ebron.
Yeah, there's a lot of tight ends this week.
Yeah.
That you don't really have to probably start, and then Trevor Siemian probably against that Chargers defense.
Yeah.
Chargers, you're going to start Melvin Gordon, Phillip Rivers, and Keenan Allen, and I'd even say Hunter Henry this week. Because of that defense isn't open up.
Yeah, their secondary isn't very good. Yeah. But Von Miller could pick him up.
Yep.
Pick Hunter Henry up because he's the linebacker.
Yep. All right, and the game of the night, the Atlanta Falcons, New England Patriots Super Bowl rematch.
Oh boy, don't bring me back to this. I just watched a video on it.
Yeah. No, it's a good Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl
it definitely was.
Atlanta Falcons, you're going to start everyone. That New England defense.
Everyone.
It's horrible. Hooper, Sanu, if he's starting. You want maybe even Taylor Gabriel in deep leagues, but definitely Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, and Tevin Coleman, definitely get him in there.
Yeah.
I would even no, I'm not starting that defense. I'd start New England's defense. No, I'm not starting that defense either.
Yeah, it's gonna be 42 to 45.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a high scoring game. New England obviously gonna get Tom Brady out there.
I'm calling it. It's going into overtime again.
Overtime.
Again.
Wow. Again?
Yeah, Super Bowl it went into overtime.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
You sure?
Yes, it did.
I don't think so.
Yes, it did.
You may want to look that up.
Yes, it did.
Either way, New England, you want to start Tom Brady. You want to start Gronk, Brandon Cooks, Chris Hogan, and Damian Amendola if you have a deep league. Running backs, again, they're gonna be flipping in and out. But I would go Deion Lewis and James White for sure. Mike Gillislee, I'm benching him this week, guys. I would say bench him too because he's not doing anything. But watch, he's gonna go off for 3 touchdowns this week.
Yeah.
But I say bench him. The Monday night game, you got the Washington Redskins against the Philadelphia Eagles. Who are you starting for the Eagles?
I'm starting Carson Wentz. I'm starting Jordan Matthews. Isn't
No, Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffrey. I'm starting Zach Ertz. I'm not start. Well, I might start Blunt because they're going against that Washington defense.
Maybe Wendell Smallwood because he's coming back this week, but he'll probably be on limited snap count. And I'd probably start that Philly defense against Washington because Washington receivers are not very good this year. I know they got Kirk Cousins who spreads the ball around, but I'd start Cousins because that Philly secondary is kind of weak, and which means I'd also start Jordan Reed and Chris Thompson. Rob Kelly is supposed to be back, but I wouldn't start him because he's going to get knocked out. And same with Samaje Perine. I'm not starting him either.
Yeah. By the way, I actually did look that up.
Oh,
it did go into overtime.
Did it really? Wow.
Yes, it did.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good job. That's why you're in research and development.
Yep.
And then that's it for the bye weeks. You got Detroit Lions and Houston Texans, so get them out of your lineups unless
you play us.
And then you keep them in there, and we will hopefully win this week.
Yeah, because we need to win bad.
Yeah, we need all of our leagues to win. Actually, you and I are going head-to-head this week.
Yeah, that's the ultimate candy bar bet.
The ultimate candy bar bet. Winner takes the giant candy bar. Sound like a bet?
Yeah, all right. So I'll give you that hip-hop new crazy trend, the caramel nut Hershey's bar that you get a lot. The Hershey's bar.
I'll pick my candy bar that I want.
And I get a king-sized cookies and cream Hershey's.
I'll go with a king-sized Twix. But either way, that's the candy bar bet. We'll let you guys know who wins next week.
Hopefully it's me.
Hopefully it's me.
I'm ahead by 1 in him against standings.
Yeah, he's in 4th. I'm in 5th.
We're still both in playoffs though.
Yes. Going to our pick'ems this week. Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Eli, who are you picking?
Buffalo.
Same here. Carolina, the Bears.
Definitely Chicago.
Really?
No, Carolina.
Oh, okay. You got me again. You always get me with that. I'm gonna go with the Carolina Panthers also.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Well, the Bears defense could shut them down a little bit, but not enough. Not enough.
Not enough
for the whole game. Maybe the first quarter and a half, but I think Carolina would be too strong.
You're right.
But I'm gonna go with the Panthers. Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns.
I want Cleveland to lose just so that they can try and go for a run at 0-16. But I actually think they'll beat Tennessee.
I do too. I actually think they will beat Tennessee. That defense is getting stronger every week. That defensive line will stop the run.
Yeah, the defensive line is good names. For some reason, every year in Cleveland, they have good names. They have good talent. They go 1-15.
They don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, they need a quarterback.
That is their problem in Cleveland.
They should draft Jalen Hurts this year. But the Steelers need to draft him because
I think Cleveland's probably going to get the kid out of USC most likely.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe Baker Mayfield.
He could, yeah.
Oklahoma.
But, yeah, let's get back to it. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns for the upset. I guess it's an upset. I don't really know. But the Cleveland Browns for sure. New Orleans Saints versus Green Bay Packers.
Saints.
I'm going to go with the Packers because it's at home.
It is in Lambeau, yeah. I'm still sticking with the Saints, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Packers. Jacksonville Jaguars, Colts. Jacksonville. Arizona, Los Angeles Rams.
Arizona.
I said Arizona because I was going to say Rams. I'm going to go with the Cardinals also.
Yeah, Cardinals.
Jets, Dolphins. Tie.
Jets.
It's going to be a tie.
Are you turning into Parker now?
Yes. No, I'm going to say the Jets.
Tie. Yeah, the Jets, they beat Miami earlier this year. I think they're going to pull away with it.
Yeah.
It is in Miami, but I don't think that's going to matter.
They're starting to build up a little bit of steam, maybe trying to get into that playoff hunt, maybe.
Maybe.
Vikings, Baltimore.
Vikings, just because Baltimore has limited players.
Yeah, that offense is horrible this year. Joe Flacco is starting to digress. He's not.
He's going to retire after this year.
He's got to do something. They got to get some players in there for him or he will retire.
Trade for him, maybe.
Something.
For the rookie quarterback out of Kansas City.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He has talent. I think he's
going to be good, but I think Arizona...
when Alex Smith retires, I think he's going to come on strong.
Well, that's why Kansas City won't trade him, because they want to keep... They purposely drafted
yeah,
for him.
That's right.
All right, so Cowboys and 49ers. Cowboys?
Cowboys, yeah.
Seattle Seahawks, Giants.
Seahawks.
I'm going to go with the Giants. Just one, because it's at home in New York, and two, they're coming off that big win versus Denver. I think they're going to just somehow overpower Seattle. That defense in Seattle is... Unless they got it together.
It's good.
Unless they got it together last week on that bye, I think they're going to have their hands full.
I think they did. Some people think that Earl Thomas is going to be the comeback player of the year.
He could be, but we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants. Bengals, Steelers.
It's in Heinz Field. They always do great against Cincinnati.
I think if this is in Cincinnati, I'd be a little closer to Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah, and actually, we forgot to mention the Cincinnati running backs. Again, maybe Gio Bernard and Joe Mixon. That's about it.
No, their line and linebackers are pretty good.
They are, but if you had to pick one, I'd have to go with those. I'm staying away from Jeremy Hill.
Yeah.
For the start. Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Chargers.
The Chargers, I think.
Oh, really? I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos. That defense.
It's in
L.A.
L.A.
Yeah.
So
I would go with the Broncos. That defense is too good.
All right.
And the big game of the week, the big game of the night, the Falcons.
Please don't make me choose
All right,
this.
we'll come back to that. Washington Redskins and Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles.
It's
in Philadelphia. They're hot. They've only lost once.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the field. I think I'm gonna go with the Eagles to win out the rest of this year.
All right, back to the
until they hit the Giants again, and the Giants will beat them.
Okay.
The Falcons and Patriots. You do have to pick. I'm gonna go with the Patriots because I like Tom Brady. I'll pick the Patriots every year.
Just because he went to Michigan.
Yeah, and he's a good quarterback. Greatest quarterback ever. I'm gonna put it right there on the record. Greatest quarterback ever. 5 rings. He's done it with no
rings
players.
Rings do not matter. Okay.
That's pretty good starting point.
You've said this before to me. I said something about a basketball player, and you said, well, he doesn't have any rings. He has 1 ring. And then now I'm here saying that rings don't count.
Well, 1 ring compared to 5 rings. I'd rather have 5 rings.
Well, I think anyone would, but...
Well, exactly. So Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback ever. You still haven't picked Falcons or Patriots.
I'm stalling, okay?
I know you are.
It's in Foxborough, so I have to pick the Patriots, I guess. I want Atlanta to win,
then pick them. Pick them.
No, I think...
You like Julio?
Okay, I think New England is going to win. I want Atlanta to win. I'm watching the first quarter of that game, probably, hopefully.
Okay. He said it. Boom. All right, do you have a tip for the week for the guys or no?
Tip for the week. I had one, but I forgot it.
You forgot it?
Yeah.
I have one. Don't forget your tips for the week. No, I have a tip. I do have a tip of the week. At this point in the season, you want to start stacking up on maybe some of your bench players, your handcuffs, or
just because of buys, right?
Because of the buys, and you want to get or start handcuffing other players. Get was it James Conner?
James Conner, I think,
out of Pittsburgh
in a dynasty league. I think he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, even now, even
a redraft.
Yeah, I mean, Le'Veon Bell goes down tomorrow. You got Connor before everyone else has him.
Yeah.
So maybe go pick him up right now, but definitely start looking into the future of your teammates or your team and their buys. Yeah, next week they're going to be 6 teams on bye next week, guys. So you want to get on those buys. It's going to be brutal. Green Bay's on there. Giants are on there for the buys.
Arizona New York Giants, Tennessee Titans, LA Rams, Green Bay Packers, and Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that's a lot of big players.
It's going to be a small week this week.
Yeah, and that's a lot of players on the bye. So definitely go get those bye pickups right now, guys. All right, so that's your tip of the week. Moving on, you can find us on YouTube at the Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips Podcast. You can email us the show at Tyler and Eli FFTips@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at Tyler Belawski. That's Tyler Belawske. And recently, everyone's finding us on DraftKingsSleepers.com. So look us up there. Just type in our podcast name, and you will find it on there. You can listen to it. You can ask questions. We would love to answer them for you. All right, Eli, that's going to wrap it up for our podcast this week. Got any final thoughts or anything?
Well, did you see Beast Mode's temper tantrum?
Oh, my goodness. Thursday night? Yeah, you had him. You were going to start him, and I said, I think you probably should not start.
No, I said that.
Oh, I said start him.
Yeah, over Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, and then good thing you didn't because he only got you 0.9 points.
Yeah.
Not even a full point because he decided to push a referee.
In the first quarter.
Yeah.
With only getting 9 yards.
Yeah, what a doofus.
Yeah, he's such a he's
He's
really
a doofus.
Uncontrollable.
Yeah, Beast Mode is a doofus.
And the goal line I don't know what you would call it, but in the Oakland Kansas City game, that was just brutal. I bet for Oakland, penalty after penalty, no touchdown after no touchdown. Finally, they give it to Crabtree, and he throws the ball up again.
Yeah, and then Amari Cooper got his first touchdown.
Yeah.
Finally.
He got 2.
2 of them. So finally, Cooper's hopefully going to turn it around the rest of this year.
Yeah.
So hopefully you bought him or traded for him.
Yeah. I think he's a candidate for comeback player of the year if he keeps this up.
Yeah, if he keeps this streak going. All right, so guys, that's going to do it. For the Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips Podcast, Season 2, Episode 14, Week 7. I am Tyler Belawski.
I'm Eli Belawski.
And we will see you guys next week.
See ya.